Welcome to the Retro Next podcast. I am so excited to have Julia back, or Julia, how I call her, because I'm sure from Puerto Rico, to talk about Bridgerton. We're going to talk about what to expect here, but she also has some book recommendations because it's cold and you might as well just borrow some books from the library because these books are likely to be available in your library and you could just read them and just enjoy that while you wait for part 2 of Bridgerton. So, Julia, tell us what you've been up to.
Yeah, so Bridgerton season 2 is what literally introduced me into the romance genre and to the historical romance genre, and has made me like a passionate fan, like obsessed with historical to like I will go from reading 5 hockey romances in a row and then I read 5 historicals. That's pretty much how I do. I'm
Yeah,
still not into the fantasy. I'll get there eventually.
I'm not.
Okay, fair.
I decided not to romantasy, not to do fantasy, not to do any of that stuff. I need to be in a contemporary world or historical world. I cannot do world building. I cannot learn magic systems. I don't want to go back to school. So
Honestly, I feel fair. Okay, that makes me feel better because I'm like,
yes.
like,
What I've been doing is mysteries. Some mysteries, cozy mysteries, puzzle mysteries. They're perfect for, do I want to fall in love with the husband or do I want the husband did it? Do I really want to have a cute, cool people and try amateur sleuth try to figure out puzzles? And as I'm an investigator, so it definitely feels like a little bit of my job situation of trying to figure out the situation. So yeah.
my favorite mystery, like romance series is A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem
Yeah.
by Mary Collins. Like, I will eat up those books, and I recommend them all the time.
There's so many good historical mysteries out there. Jennifer Ashley has some good mysteries. Cheryl Thomas does have the lead Sherlock series. I know we want her to do historical romance. I know we feel the pain. I asked her. I have an interview with her, but she's just doing historical mysteries. And you know what? They're delightful. There's a Jane Austen ones. There are quite a few. I love. There's a Julia Child's mystery that it's all about set in post-war France, and you're like solving the history. So
Sorry, I was like looking at my shelf, and I thought, were you talking about Julia Stiles?
no, I confuse her with our 2000 era Save the West and Julia Stiles. But no, with Julia Childs, our cook extraordinaire. OG. Yeah, OG. So there's actually Cozy Mysteries calling Cambridge, where as Julia is the sidekick of her best friend solving mysteries in post-war France.
Oh, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
That's
no,
wonderful.
I confuse her with Julia Stiles or Save the Last Dance girl who made it to Julia with hip hop dancing.
Oh yes. I love that movie.
It is so good. They don't make movies like that anymore.
I just watched Cutting Edge for the first time. The Cutting Edge.
Oh my gosh.
Like, yes, last night, and I told all my millennial friends, and they're like, "Oh my god, Julia, where have you been?"
That's like an 80s movie. It's not even a movie that we grew up with. It's like a movie that we watched like when we were like children. Cutting Edge is like 80s
It
movie.
came out in 1992.
I did? I thought it was like crazy.
It has very 80s vibes, like her outfit very 80s. Like, she has quite a few like things where I'm like, you can tell that this was
I was 11 and I'm an older millennial. So most millennials are born in the 80s and stuff. So they're probably like, they're children when they watch this movie. Our greatest millennial entry was 1999 with Election, Never Been Kissed, so many good movies. There's actually a book about the best movie year ever, which is all the books in 1999. Virgin Suicide's another one. Office Space is another one. And there's so many. The Matrix. The Mummy all came in 1999. It was such a great year.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have that anymore. Like, I don't care about the Oscars in 20 years.
It's going to be on Netflix this year, I think.
No, it's going to be on ABC, I think, or maybe it's on Netflix. It's going to be on YouTube in 2029.
Well, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I will say personally, I do love YouTube. Like, I'm obsessed with YouTube. I'm on all the time. Thank you. Because I work with a lot of millennials, and they're always like, Julia, the most Gen Z thing about you is how much you love YouTube.
I love YouTube.
YouTube is for all ages.
Wait, I wanted to check because I had to explain to my millennial friend. I was like, oh, I got YouTube Premium. I don't have to see the ads.
I have YouTube Premium too.
And it's the only way to watch YouTube is to get YouTube Premium. Content creators do get money from the YouTube Premium money. So it doesn't really matter. But I have YouTube Premium. That is like the only way you can approach this is just watching YouTube Premium. And YouTube Premium is not the same as YouTube TV. YouTube TV is cable TV. It's not the same as YouTube.
I actually do have YouTube TV on one TV in my apartment because it works because it somehow thinks I'm still in DC. So I will watch, like, I was just watching the AFC championships and I was
Right
watching
now.
it in my bedroom because my bedroom TV thinks it's in DC.
Well, we like that. We
And
like
we love it. And then also my bedroom like TV also plays Netflix, and the one out here kicks me out.
this.
I barely watch TV because my mom wanted a big TV for herself when she
Yeah.
comes to visit.
So it's perfect.
Okay, we should get back to
Season 4, it's Cinderella. It technically is book 3 of the series. They did switch role because Colin and Penelope was much more interesting dynamic and people were shipping them. So we got them on season 3. And then we got season 4. So we now get Cinderella.
Yeah, no, and I think it's not even just that they're like more interesting. It's just that we couldn't do a whole other season of them longing for each other and doing all.
That's when we have 4 books.
I think I would have gotten a little sick of Colin. I was already kind of done with Colin in general. I'm not the biggest Colin fan. Colin in the books is so cute and so sweet and so funny. Colin in the show, like, he's kind of brooding and it doesn't work as well. I think the actor is talented and I liked the season as a whole, but the romance wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be because of him. Like, Coughlin, no notes. She's fantastic. She's so good. Anyways, that's part of the reason why I'm super excited for season 4. It's the return to form of what I consider Bridgerton, which is one person is a fish out of water and then the other person is a Bridgerton. And I think that has just been the central force for all the really good seasons. Because, like, even with Simon, like, he's a character who had been gone away and then he came back to town and there's like a whole hullabaloo about that. And then with Kate Sharma, obviously, like, they came from India, like they weren't like used to the stuff. But this season is going to be the most interesting because it also explores class divide and trauma. It should be really interesting because Colin isn't as fun in the show as he is in the books. Benedict's kind of the opposite. In the books, he kind of sucks, and in the show is amazing. Like, I adore him. Like, he is peak comedy, so great. Like, truly, what a great actor. But basically, I think these aspects of like class divide, of the fact that Sophie is working as a maid because even though she is like the illegitimate daughter of, at least in the books, they might change it. In the book, she's illegitimate daughter of a duke, and she grows up with like the duke's other children and everything's fine until he dies, and then the evil stepmother comes in. So it's like literally Cinderella. Like, that's the plot. So she subsequently, after her father dies, serves as the maid to her stepmother and her stepsisters, who she grew up with as sisters. So there's just a lot of that character's just going through a lot mentally. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. And with that in mind, I think class divide and class differences, like the above the house and below the house vibe, are like what I would recommend people read if they're like yearning for that at the moment. So the biggest ones I could think of are Bookshop Cinderella, which I adored, by like Laura Lee Gerkel, I believe is how you pronounce it. And then the other one is, it's a very classic one, and this one is less Cinderella, but it still has the class divide aspect of it, and that's The Duchess Deal by Tessa Dare, which is like truly one of the best historical romances of all time. If I can recommend you read one book, it would be that one. Like, it is truly so good. So yeah, no, I'm just really excited to see what happens and see how they adapt this. But yeah, it should be interesting. I don't know. I'm excited.
I'm excited for this season. I haven't watched Bridgerton the past couple seasons. Like, it's just hasn't been that interesting. But I'm like, I don't know. I need new TV. I need like different romances, swoony things. And I was pleasantly surprised with Heated Revelry, and I'm still obsessed with them. And so I think it's like, in some ways, like, I need this more romance in my TV. I am eagerly waiting for Off Campus series. That's the one that I'm waiting for. So this is tiding me over until I get Garrett Gray on TV.
Fair. I just also, like, one thing I always say about Bridgerton is even if you aren't obsessed with the love stories, it is truly a feast for the eyes.
Yeah.
There's like costumes are beautiful. Like, the setting is beautiful. Like, even if you didn't care about the characters, I recommend anyone watch it just for the scope and size of it. I just think it's so cool that they're investing all this money in something that is like a romance and not like Game of Thrones or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they're investing an insane amount of money in getting all these diamonds for these various dresses. And I think that's awesome, personally.
Yeah. And also the music. I was talking to my youngest daughter because she's doing a Bridgerton class. She was like, "Are you watching?" I was like, "No, but I love the music for reading." because like pop songs and classical music, so it's like perfect soothing music that you can just have in your background. It's hard for me to have silence, so I need to have something to do when I'm reading. So that music is my go-to. It keeps me focused. It just gets me the sense of like I'm listening to a pop song, but it's not really a pop song kind of deal. Get the classical.
My favorite one from season 3 was Cheap Thrills.
Yeah.
So good. That is like truly, I think, the best instrumentation that they've done.
Yeah.
Like I love it so much. Give Me Everything Tonight just makes me laugh because I think about Colin in that carriage with his fingers. Leather Sir Fingerington. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, do not watch.
Oh God, I forgot you haven't seen season 3.
Oh, but it's okay.
Okay. What is season 3 part 1? The last scene in season 3 part 1 is the carriage scene, which is big in the books. And suddenly Colin and Penelope are in this carriage, and out of nowhere they just start making out, and then Give Me Everything Tonight by Pitbull starts playing. Mr. 305. Mr. 305. And as a Cuban American, I was like, yeah, I just couldn't take it seriously because it's Give Me Everything. And they're just like making out, and then he takes his finger and goes like this. And then they arrive at Bridgerton house, and he like makes her look right or whatever, and he like everyone made fun of the fact that he basically keeps his 2 fingers out like this and adjusts her dress. So people started calling him Lord Fingery. Oh my God. This is what you're missing from not watching Bridgerton.
I know. I need to watch TV. It's my YouTube time. I need to move my YouTube time to actually watch TV.
I know. I have a hard time too. Like, I love watching YouTube so much. It's truly such a problem. And everyone's like, why haven't you seen that? I'm like, oh, well, I just spend that time watching YouTube or reading. Yeah. But I think it's worth it just for the cultural relevance of it. I think it's going to be fun. I almost wish this was like Heated Rivalry where we got an episode a week, because I honestly think that would be insane.
I think that's the model that they need to move. We're watching television.
Yeah, those were like 4 episodes and then a break.
I don't want to binge episodes. I just want to savor 1 week and talk to my friends ad nauseum about it and have a conversation. And then just that. I understood why they were doing binge model back in the day in the pandemic, but we're not in the pandemic. We have life to do, things to do. And I'm like, 1 episode a week gives me enough time to have a cultural discourse, to go and talk to my friends, to get my memes, to get my little threads about it.
Just all of it, or do the 1 a week model, because they're just trying to make sure that you pay for 2 months of Netflix.
I hate to say this, but I canceled my Netflix. It's ending next weekend, so I'm gonna watch part 4, and then if it's worth it, maybe I'll wait till other shows come in, and then I'll just binge the rest of it. But yes, if you had it 1 a week, you'll have the same model of people coming in, and they actually will be able to bill it. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Just, again, a weekly model.
Because the actress who's playing Sophie seems so talented, and her and Benedict seem to have a ton of chemistry. I'm excited. And Sophie is such a strong character and a great example of someone who has been through a lot and like fights through it. And she doesn't put up with Benedict shit in the books, and I doubt she will in the show too. And Benedict's a little in his head about, I want to be an artist.
He's such a rake. He is like sleeping around London.
He's such a fuckboy, and he's such a oh, it's so hard to be me, being the second born of a very wealthy family. So I really need Sophie to clock him on his shit. Because that's what I wanted more of in season 3. I wanted Penelope to make Colin yearn more, because he needed to be on his knees begging with his ratchet ass behavior.
Yes.
But yeah, so those are my thoughts. I'm sure I'll have more thoughts before part 2 after I've seen the first few.
Well, listen, we can actually come back and talk about it. So listeners, we'll have her come back and have Julia give us a rundown of what your thoughts are of season 2.
By then I'll have watched it multiple.
Yes, and if I watch it, I'll let you know. Right now, I'm in the Stephen DeMarco world of telling lies, which is my millennial heart is like, it's going. I did not go to school at that time. I was a little bit older than they were, but the music, fashion is just so millennial, and obviously a toxic boyfriend. It's so bad. God bless a sociopath as a main character energy.
Really fun.
Yes.
But yeah, it should be interesting. And I highly recommend people check out Bookshop Cinderella and The Duchess Steele. I also have a list of a couple others. Oh, A Kiss at Midnight by Eloisa James. I haven't read this one yet, but it is Cinderella to the T. Like, there's a masquerade ball and an evil stepmother. So I feel like that's a great one. And then there's also Marry Me at Midnight, which I haven't read, but I've heard is really good. And it also is a gender swap. So like the man is like the poor one, which love that.
Love that.
Equality.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are like the 5. And then the first one I'd recommend is to read An Offer from a Gentleman.
Yes. I would
Because
say I've read Eloisa's other books and I love her writing. So if you haven't read it, I would
Also,
just recommend her writing is great.
yeah, also Kiss at Midnight is the first one of a series too. So that you get
into
you
it.
get into it.
Yes.
I'm reading Christy Caldwell right now, and I forgot how good she is. Like, she's really good. Have you read her?
Yeah.
No, she's great. She had, I don't know, another one that I thought of too is Desperately Seeking a Duchess. That could be one.
Yeah.
Or Any Duchess Will Do. That one's also, that one is almost like of My Fair Lady comp, because it's like, she's unsophisticated and let's make her fancy. But some people would argue that falls into the Cinderella trope too. It's kind of
makeover.
She does get her makeover. She gets her like, but I think there's something about like she was born to be in one sort of life and then was like, quote unquote, demoted.
Yeah.
Because of the circumstances surrounding her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I actually would like to read a book where, I mean, that's one thing I like about the Duchess of Steel is that this lady, like, she wasn't born with a title. She was born as the daughter of a vicar and was like cast away by her father. Yeah. So that one, she wasn't like set in life to marry a duke, but like she still had that class jump and she still was abandoned by a parental figure.
Yeah. I love the Duchess of Steel. That is such a good one. So anything Cassadare, right? So you just read it.
One Dance with the Duke is pretty good too. Yeah. It has one of the seamiest like home like honeymoon vibes before they seal the deal. It's truly like spectacular. He loses his shit and I love it.
Okay. All right, Julia, tell us where you can find me online.
You can find me online at Chicklit is the shit, and you can check out some nonfiction books that I work on at Harmony Rodale Convergent. One that's coming up very soon that I think your audience might be interested in is Mundane Magic, A Lazy Witch's Guide to Hacking Your Life. It is a book written by a witch about like executive functioning because she has ADHD. And the idea is to basically use rituals and fun things to get yourself willing to do things that you don't want to do otherwise. So it's putting magic in the mundane.
I love this. Awesome.
One fun.
Readers, you have plenty of books to pick up while you're watching Bridgerton Season 4, Part 1. Julia will be coming back. We're just constantly we'll be coming back and talking more. So we may talk about Bridgerton, we try with something else because we're friends. So thank you, Julia, for being on the show.
Of course, anytime.
Thanks for listening to The What to Read Next. For more book lists, cozy reads, and library tips, visit thewhattoreadnextblog.com. Your next great read might be waiting there.